holy crap, this story is insane. You thought you hated journalists enough. You can never hate journalists enough. And when I say the word journalists, I think we all know exactly what that word means these days. Libs of TikTok says, breaking. WaPo journalist Thomas Legros arrested for possession of child that. And I know you're all shocked looking at that face, right? Big shock right there. Award-winning journalist. What award from who? Award from who? Award-winning journalist arrested and charged with possession of that stuff. And you know, being a minor attractive person is just another form of sexuality. You know, burying pedos is just another form of gardening. I mean, technically it's true. Technically that's true. So this story comes to us from the New York Post because ironically, when I tried to read the story on Washington Post, it was like, oh, do you want to pay to read this article? Because this one costs money. I'm like, your own journalist gets accused of being a predator and you have the audacity to charge people to read your article on it. So yeah, there's that. Let me see if I can show you that here. Washington Post. There we go. Oh, you go ahead. You can buy it. Buy it. And now I know they'd say, oh, that's for all our articles. Should probably make an exception on this one because this is your journalist. But hey, call me crazy. Call me crazy. Anyways, New York Post says Washington Post journalist busted by DC U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro for allegedly possessing that. A Pulitzer Prize winning Washington Post journalist was arrested and charged after authorities allegedly discovered that stuff on his work computer. DC U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro announced on Friday. So here's the craziest thing, that this stuff happened, but it was caught on his work computer. And you know what scares me about this the most is how many people out there don't get caught because they're not retarded enough to put this kind of stuff on their work computer. That's what's really scary to me. Thomas Pham Legros, a 48-year-old video editor at the news outlet, was taken into custody on Thursday after FBI agents raided his DC home and discovered a folder on his work laptop which contained 11 videos depicting that, according to Pirro's office. FBI agents also discovered fractured pieces of a hard drive in the hallway outside the room where they found his work laptop. During the execution of a search warrant, Legros made his first appearance in District Court of DC on Friday and has a detention hearing scheduled for next Wednesday. Legros was part of the team that won the Pulitzer Prize in 2017 for coverage of Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore. Yikes. The journalist, who had worked at the Washington Post for 18 years, faces a maximum of 20 years in prison if convicted. Again, I'm telling you, by the way, that I think it's a safe bet to say he's not alone, that there are other ones, especially in this industry, because as I've been, I guess you could say at this point, I've been investigating the journalism industry specifically to gaming over the past year. And I've found a lot of creepballs, weirdos, psychos, lunatics, mentally unwell, unstable, gender confused, morally broken people. And it seems across the board. So When I say that there's probably more than this guy, my concern is the type of cult mentality that journalists have created for themselves has become one of those safe spaces or protected places for these people. Almost as if one of them found out that another one was like this, that they would find a way to excuse it away, not tell anybody, and keep it a secret, which, yikes. A heavily redacted FBI affidavit against LeGros claims the reporter was linked to multiple e-gold accounts in 2005 and 2006. No idea what that is. Oh, e-gold was a digital payment service that ceased operations after the feds accused the company in 2007 of laundering money for those types of people. The affidavit notes that the FBI received court approval to monitor LeGros' internet account in May. LeGros worked in the Washington Post sports department from 2000 to 2006 and then left to become a reporter and producer for PBS NewsHour before returning to Washington Post in 2013, according to his biography. As a member of Washington Post's video department, he was part of the team of reporters that won a prestigious Pulitzer Prize in 2017 for the coverage of the Alabama Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore. Moore threatened to sue the Washington Post that year after the outlet published allegations that he romantically pursued a 14-year-old girl when he was in his 30s, which he vehemently denied. Which you got to see the irony here of this guy being a member of the department that won the Pulitzer Prize Award for covering a PDF file, and then he gets found out that he is also a PDF file. Oh, the irony. Moore threatened to sue the Washington Post that year after the outlet published allegations that I already read that. A spokesperson for the Washington Post said LeGros has been placed on leave. Yikes. I wonder if it's paid or unpaid, by the way. Sula Felix says, wood chipper time. I'm saying. The Washington Post understands the severity of these allegations, and the employee has been placed on leave, the outlet said in a statement. That's great. Are you still paying them? Or is this like a leave of absence where just wait for it to finish up and then fire him after that? Or are you going to have people protecting this guy? Because yoinks. Still waiting on the list. I mean, that too. He wrote frequently on schools, pew-pews, and events related to kids. My goodness. The magic of sledding on a snow day in the DC area. When a severe winter storm hit DC area on January 5th, kids grabbed their sleds to ride down their local snow-covered hills. This guy said, I'd be more surprised if WaPo's journalist didn't get arrested for possession of that. Sick people. I bet a huge number of leftists are the same. If only Republicans and DOJ start digging. I would agree with that. Not to say that there aren't PDFs on the other side of the aisle, but like I said, with my experience diving into the lefty lunatics, and it always seems to have some skeletons buried in their closet almost every single time without fail, you got to start wondering if there should be laws in place to start proactively searching these people, because yikes. This is the least surprising post I've seen on X in years. Never forget the goal of the political LGBT community is to normalize child love. Normal LGB understand that is wrong. PDF Treatment Center, exactly. Thomas LeGros is a liar. Well, he's a journalist, of course. But I did not know he was a PDF. I hope he never sees the light of day again. Lock him up and throw away the key. Democrats are all criminals. Just have a look hard enough. I mean, again, both sides of the aisle, you could argue that, but still. So, yeah, that's basically the sentiment of the community as well for this psychopath. And I am of the opinion of, if it is definitive and they are sure that the person is the one that was that, there is no penalty strong enough to me. Like, that is one of those hard lines. And I know that's like a very easy opinion to have, but as a dad of 2 kids, when I see this kind of shit, I'm like, bro, I my mind breaks. I just cannot comprehend it. So, anyways, I'll leave that one there. And Washington Post has a lot of questions they should be answering right now, because damn, that's definitely something.